What it do? What it do? It's your boy DJ Nova Fresh, and this is Lightning Strike Podcast, and I'm in here kicking it with the strong arm DJ.
Yes, sir. What up, y'all? It's Brodie, Lightning Strike Podcast. What it do? Welcome to another amazing episode, Lightning Strike Podcast, Thirsty Thursday edition. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Hit us up, 213-433-7793. Let's talk about it. Tell us what's on your mind. You can follow us on all social media platforms. We are on X. We are on Twitch. We're on Instagram. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook right now.
Meow. On everything.
And to our always faithful TikTok community, what's good? What's happening? How was
What's
your day?
happening in? What's happening in?
You know what I'm saying?
What up, Skylar? Skylar in there. How about them Pacers? Did the Pacers win today?
They playing right now.
What it look like?
I mean, Knicks is winning right now, but we know how them last couple of games done went. You know, remains to be seen. 45-56, New York. Yonkers B.
New York. How you said?
New York. Unique New York. How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow? What
nice
it do, Scholar? That boy Scholar locked in on them Pacers. Did you put money on the game, Scholar?
We got the parlay in on the Pacers.
Got the parlay? Nah, he ain't go that hard on it. He ain't that locked in. If he was locked in, he would have had it, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
That's my team. Of course I'm locked in, dog.
What it do?
What up, though, man?
No, man said he's too busy to gamble today. What you too busy doing?
No, man, you know it ain't.
You've been getting people fired up all day, apparently. It wasn't even daybreak yet. My boy already got people leaving the chat.
What he do?
My boy got people leaving the chat already. I still got eye boogers in my eye. How is people disgruntled already?
He putting them out?
No, they putting themselves out. They sick of him. Sick of dealing with his shenanigans, bro. Like we over the shenanigans. Nick on Facebook say OKC all the way.
OKC. You heard that, Scholar?
I hear
Nick on Facebook say.
I'm not mad at that, man. Shout out Shay and them boys over there doing their thing, man.
Who you think gonna get it between the Pacers and
It's OKC.
What up, Manny?
Everybody, bro. It ain't a team in that Eastern Conference that's messing with them.
You think gonna be a clean sweep?
4-1? Gentlemen's sweep?
Gentlemen's sweep? Blowout? Yeah. And then they're gonna start crowning OKC the next GOATs and stuff?
I don't know if they're gonna crown them next GOAT, but I mean
Manny in the building?
Enough young talent from here to 2050.
Yeah. What drove at? Luke? What drove Luke? Me and Wild on boys at, man.
That's who he fell out with.
Oh, they had a falling out?
That's who that's who no man fell out with. Fell out with Amir. You know, he probably took all his minions with him. So
when that happened?
That's what I'm saying. This morning.
In the chat?
We trying to, you know what I'm saying, get to it. We got real world issues, and no man just in the chat, bro.
See? You can't.
This is why the moderator package is still under review.
Man, what is good though? Bro, what is good? Hey man, we're gonna have to expound upon what we was talking about in your office earlier. Did you finish up your research later? We talk about it later. You know what we was researching?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. When you want to talk about it, go ahead. Let the people know. So they don't hear it from me. So we ain't going on 3 weeks of Nova just on your boy.
Firstly, Nick on Facebook say, he say, scholars, 6 games, but getting to boat related business as always. He say, what is up with Slater holding out?
Okay.
It's not a holdout, Nick.
It's not a holdout at all. And remember, OTAs are voluntary. Just so
it's not a holdout at all.
He got other pressing he's gonna get his money, but he gotta take care of family stuff first. It's no love lost, it's all love. Slater will be a Charger. He will get his contract.
Yeah.
So
he gonna get his money.
The money's there. That's why y'all can't keep saying, let's go get Trey Hendrickson. No, we can't pay Trey Hendrickson. I'm not giving up Slater for Trey Hendrickson. I don't, no, guys. Everybody like, man, let's get Trey Hendrickson, Clowney, and Ram Jalen. Where we gonna get the money from? And why you want all those people? They don't fit they don't have the character. They don't fit the culture. Trey Hendrickson might fit the culture and he might have the character, but we ain't got the money.
Yeah.
We ain't got the money for that. We don't have them. And then how do we know that we gonna get the same production that he gave in the Bengals in Cincinnati? Mm-hmm. How do we know that? Because the system that they run,
we don't,
benefits him. So we're taking the gamble. And I don't want to take a $41 million gamble. Not right now, man. Right now. We got a good future right now. Got some good, young, hungry dogs. Now, if he was cheaper, yeah, no brainer. But he's holding out from his team that he can get a supermax from. Not a supermax, but he can get a max deal from. And they don't want to pay him when they just get shelled out money for Joe Burrow. They got money tied up with 3 dudes.
Justin, Jamar
They
Chase.
let Joe Mixon walk. Who was great for their so he trying to break the bank, and rightfully so. He deserves what he's asking for. I'm not saying Trey ain't worthy of his money. He is worthy of that price tag.
SVG Fat Boy on TikTok say Trey Hendrickson is a system player. He dominated playing with the Bengals because of their system. Signing him will only deter the young blood talents we have on the roster.
And that's all I'm trying to do is be honest with you about that. Those 17 sacks are a beneficiary of the system that is installed for him to get those sacks. Not knocking him. He got him. But I'm just saying, $41 million for him works with the Bengals because he will get the production that is needed. We pay him $41 million. I'm going to be hot if he get anything less than 16. That's it. You ain't going to be able to tell me you coming here for $41 million. 16 is the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the minimum that you got to get me, 16 sacks. Because you got 17.5 over here. So 16, you got to give me 16. I'll be cool with 15. For 40 M's? Yeah, 40 M's. Come on, man. We let Bosa go.
Mm-hmm. We saw how that has worked out so far.
Tell me, bro.
We wishing ill will on Bosa.
What up, Bobby?
Just proving right what we have been saying.
It is no knock against Trey because the system works for Trey. And he put up the number. He has the production. He has the number. He has the numbers that garner his pay. But we, as the Chargers, have to be careful with the money we spend and who we spend it on. Mm-hmm. If his team, you telling me you got a guy that 17 and a half sacks, back-to-back, sack leader, and you're not willing to pay this guy? You're not even talking. It ain't even like, okay, we understand they ain't got the money, but they're not even talking to him. So why are we going to give him the money? His own team don't want to give him the money. Why would we do that? Because they believe, because if he wasn't a system player and he was one of a kind, generational talent, they wouldn't throw the money at him. They would throw the money at him real fast. Mm-hmm. See Myles Garrett said, man, I want to go to another team. They said, nah, here's some money.
We're going to figure this out.
Easy, quick, fast. And you think, and Cleveland ain't a big market. Cleveland ain't a big market to be making money like that. They don't even sell out their games like that. But they gave him that money. They did give it all to Higgins and Chase. And Carson. No, at this point, Von Miller would be stunting the growth of these young boys. 36, hasn't had a full season. It's a wasted roster spot.
We got Perriman and Mack for that.
Yeah, we got the leaders that they need. In each position group.
Veteran leadership.
We got Tony Jefferson with the secondary. We got Perriman with the linebackers. We got Mack with the D-line. We don't need Von Miller. Like, Von Miller was great, right? Von Miller's a great. But his name is great. Where he stands now in the game of football, he's not the Von Miller that, he might give you 1 or 2 plays, but that ain't what I need a full season. Because if I'm going to give up a roster spot from somebody that young and I can develop, I'm hurting them. Mm-hmm. I'm putting myself every year that I keep somebody that's past their prime is another year that I'm setting myself back in that position. We only get 53 spots. And those 53 spots have to be the best of the best. And it has to be strategic. Strategic as in, do we roll with 7 receivers and 2 quarterbacks, or do we roll with 3 quarterbacks and 6 receivers?
6 receivers.
You know what I'm saying? What about the secondary? How many cornerbacks in the secondary? How many safeties are we going with? Special team players. Because if you're taking these spots like Von Miller come in, that could be a special team player spot. So now then we got to put one of our starters on special teams. Mm-hmm. We got Lab down there running on special teams.
We got two comments on Facebook. So Tyree say, when is Phillip Rivers' number getting retired? Tyree, good question.
That's a good question.
Pro Bowl field. He got to go on the Chargers Ring of Honor. Got to get my boy in there.
Yeah. ASAP. He deserves it too.
Yeah. Secondly, Nicholas says, would you go after a player like Jalen Ramsey?
Would we go after a player like Jalen Ramsey? Money. It goes down to money, man.
All them boys be wanting bread, bro.
They be wanting, right at this point that we going. We need cheap, serviceable players that's on a prove-it deal. Right now, we can't tie up money with big-name guys right now because then you mess up the feng shui of what you got going on when you bring in
that feng shui, cool.
Bring in a big name like Jalen Ramsey because you're paying him, so he has to play. You're forcing him to play, and then now again you're stunning the growth. We got two cornerbacks that prove their worth. We let Asante Samuel walk.
Basically,
we got two young studs that in year one carried water and carried the load and stepped up to the plate. So why punish them by bringing in another guy saying, now I got to start him over you?
And
now
we drafted another one.
Yeah. Now I'm stunting your growth.
We drafted another dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Eddie, what's good? How you feeling?
It's just, it gets to a point, man, where Jalen Ramsey is good. But what we have, now I'll see if we had mediocre, if they were like, it's question marks by our they're the two starting corners because you're going to have to put him in. He ain't coming in to be a nickel because you paying him starter money. You know what I'm saying? You're paying Jalen Ramsey money that he's going to follow the best receiver around the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of money you paying him. And again, you start stunting the growth of Cam and Tierra. So don't want to do that. That's why I say stay away from Jalen Ramsey. He ain't coming cheap, so it's not even a reason to go get him. He's not cheap. He's going to come in, you're going to have to give him 3 years, you're going to give him an expensive deal, and you might get 1 year production, and then now Cam Hart or Steele is just, he ain't in it. I say Cam Hart. Cam and Steele ain't. Anyway, they Hearts ain't in it. The young bulls, you break them. You break them because we just told them last year you just started all these games for me and you stepped up to the plate. You did well, especially for the rounds we drafted you in.
Mm-hmm.
You stepped up and you showed out, both of y'all, the whole secondary, and y'all played like starters. We see no drop off in production. So why would I stunt y'all growth and bring a starter in over y'all? If I'm going to bring somebody in, if I'm going to get a free agent, I'm going to get like what they went and got, St. Juicy. I'm going to get a player that I can put into the nickel that ain't going to challenge you for your starting spot because I need you to start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that young, cheap talent. Again, young, cheap talent. We got them for 4 years on cheap deals.
Grown.
Cheap deals.
And you got to break them out of no habits that they have from other places. Like, they know what it is already.
Yeah, Sante Nick, I think Sante let himself go. I think Sante was his demise.
He's in his own way.
Yeah. Junior Colson gonna have a hell of a year this year. Last year, appendicitis stopped him. He couldn't get into training camp. So basically, this is his rookie year. He's a redshirt rookie, and everything that we heard, people we talked to, all said, bro, all he needs is the snaps. All he needs is game time now. He is there. He's ready. He's ready. And Perryman gonna have him ready. Best believe.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Perryman gonna have him ready.
Them boys gonna be locked in, man.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Colson, Ranger, Dooley,
Dyer. They're gonna be locked in, bro.
Yes.
That linebacker core gonna be locked in, man. I'm telling you.
Tyree say, why wasn't we able to keep Puna Ford? We tried.
We tried to. If you look at Joe Hart said we made the offer. We gave him the money that he was asking for. He chose to go to the Rams. And it probably went with utilization, how they were using him. He probably didn't want to be used like that no more. And then he probably was going to have to give up playing time as well.
Yeah, we tried. Wasn't from lack of effort, Tyree.
No, then they said it. They said the money was there. We made the offer. Puna chose the Rams. Can't be mad at him. He went and got his money. Just respect to Puna and his family. He went and got the money. Yes, Bobby, Junior Colson is gonna have a good year. I'm convinced he's gonna have a good year.
Yes.
Everybody that we talked to say that this is gonna be his year. He's gonna step up. He ain't step up last year. It wasn't for lack of anything. It was just he got sick at the wrong time. Didn't get a full training camp in. And then it's just you fall so far behind. You know, you're a rookie and you don't get all that in. It's a different ball game for you. You're just drinking from a fire hose, and it's hard to catch up. Because that's what training camp is for, to instill in you, to get that bond going, get your juices flowing, get you introduced to the team, the NFL lifestyle, the pace of it. And if you don't get none of that and you're out training camp and the season, you just hold off. Because then throw him out there, you break his confidence. And then you really lose him. But now it ignited a fire in him, and he's going to come back ready, man. He's going to come back ready. And then it's so much you can learn just sitting on the sideline, watching the game, and it can reignite your passion for the game, and it can help you with be cerebral in the game, because now you had to watch it. Now you're seeing the calls go into the game, and you're seeing the results of the calls, and then you're seeing the adjustments that's making on the sideline. So now you're learning that. You're learning that. So that's beneficial too.
Nick says, with a much tougher schedule, what's your guys' record prediction?
Schedule ain't tougher. Teams the same. We all 0-0.
I said, bro.
13-4. 13-4.
What you talking about? Tough schedule.
We all 0-0. They gotta play us. They gotta play us. We the ones they gotta beat.
They talking about
they gotta beat us.
Oh, they talking about nothing.
They gotta beat the Chargers. We ain't gotta beat. They gotta beat us. We the tough opponent.
You know what I'm saying? 12-5, Nick.
13-4. And I can't even tell you which 4 it is. We gotta get this week 1 though. We gotta get this week 1.
Gotta get that out the door.
We gotta get these first 3 weeks. We gotta be 3-0 by week 4. 3-0 by week 4. Healthy. I just want to see that. I just really want to see them go out there and I just want to see dominant Charger football, where it's like by week 3, they're like, what? Jim Harbaugh did it again.
I think what I'm excited to see with that is we go 3-0. I want to see what the narrative is. I want to see what the early season narrative is about us. If we
this is Bobby on YouTube. This is an All-Pro year. He should have made All-Pro last year. This is his they had him 31 out of linebackers. They had the Ranger at 31, bro. I hope he reading that and he just
they not watching, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. We in the biggest media market in the world, but we're the bastards. We just call it what it is. We the bastards. That stops this year though. Ain't gonna be no more bastards. Better put some respect on everybody's name.
All 3 of y'all.
All 3 of y'all.
All 3 of y'all.
And I want to hear all the apologies. We got the receipts. More. We got the receipts. All these talking heads, when they come and poking around, the boat fam. Keep that same energy. Big guy, keep that same energy.
Nicholas say, do you think big play Trey will have a big rookie impact offensively, just like Ladd did last season?
Do I think he can? Yes. Do I think he will? I think he will, because of the attention that Ladd is going to draw. The plan is going to be to stop Ladd. The plan is going to be to stop Ladd. So, given Trey's skill set and his ability, now he just needs the confidence. And he gets that confidence by getting these sets and reps in the game and getting that first catch, taking that first tackle, and then knowing that, hey, I can play on this level. And it's just that growth from there. Can he grow? We'll know. Honestly, I give every rookie, by game 6, you should see the growth in them. If they're gonna be something by game 6. Some is right out the gate.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna have plenty of opportunity.
Yeah.
It won't be from lack of opportunity to have a big season like Ladd, to the point that you made, because of the coverage, the scheming, everything's going to be geared towards shutting Ladd down. So potential big play from everybody, the entire receiver core.
The only thing right now about the Chargers is the unknown level of pay for the first year rookies. That's it. We got the pieces. It's just, depending a lot upon the first year guys to step up. And if they can step up like this new crop, a new generation of guys where they're coming in right away and making an impact on teams, if we can continue that trend, then this team is going to be ahead of
Tyree with a good question, man. He say, what's y'all honest opinion on the move from San Diego?
Honest opinion? It's bittersweet, man. I ain't gonna even lie, I wish they would have stayed in San Diego. I really do. I really wish the city and the owners could have worked out a deal to keep the team in San Diego, where it was nothing. It's love here. It's starting to grow even more. But the love that the city of San Diego had, the fans really had for this, it's like it's going to take years for LA to get there. And I think a Super Bowl will accelerate that.
Or a far run.
Playoff,
AFC championship type of thing. People know he's serious, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. But I can't get mad when business is involved because I'm a business person myself. And it's things that, it's the narrative that Spanos are greedy. I don't know the inner workings. If I was in the room, then I could give you an actual true assessment and say, yeah, they were greedy, but it's business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of risk that they're taking. And I think it was a bluff that got called. I don't think they wanted to leave San Diego. They did not want to leave San Diego.
And ultimately, San Diego had an opportunity, right, to keep the team in the city.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity. Deal was in place. San Diego voted or didn't vote. Two things can be true, right? Did enough people go out and support, and they didn't get it done. And so now, here we are. And I'm hoping this is the year that the hurt, the bitter, you know what I'm saying,
we erase it and come home.
Frustrated San Diego fans, come on home. You feel me? Come on home.
No, like, he was his value is actually not as high as it could have been if he would have stayed in San Diego and got the stadium because he doesn't have full ownership. He has a portion of ownership of SoFi. So basically, teams are valued based on what they have. That's why he wanted a new stadium. And to be honest, bro, Qualcomm was old, bro.
Yeah,
it was outdated, bro.
It's falling apart.
They had a legitimate gripe, man. Like, you cannot be mad at the owners. That was a legitimate, for nostalgia purpose as a fan. Oh yeah, we loved Qualcomm, but when you looked at Qualcomm, you walked around, and you went to other stadiums, bro. Yeah. In this beautiful city that San Diego is, you mean to tell me we can't have a beautiful stadium there? So again, his bluff was LA, and it was called, and so he leave no owner. As an owner, I wouldn't want to share a stadium with another team. I would want because then you get the things like, where's the identity? What's the identity of SoFi? When you say SoFi, everybody think of Rams instantly, right? So you don't want to share that with anybody. So not getting that from the city of San Diego, and they got every right to say no. They got every right to protect their constituents in the city. But, what we hear and what we get out, man, yeah, he's a businessman. You can't knock it. I don't know a businessman that ain't about cash.
Exactly, Nick. He say, love the Cuba, man. It sucked in comparison to SoFi. And that's what I'm saying. Like, for all the people, the San Diego fans who haven't made a trip to Los Angeles yet to come to a Chargers game, like, you missing out on a state-of-the-art stadium experience. Man. Like, hands down, no bias, easily one of the best stadiums of all the teams in professional football. Like, this stadium is so dope.
What up?
And the vibes is coming back, and hopefully we helping with that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we on the front lines trying to turn that around. We trying to get the people back to the building. I know a lot of people like, oh, tailgating is not the same. Nothing's going to be the same because it's not San Diego. But Los Angeles, SoFi, Inglewood, Pink Lot might have something to say about that. But you wouldn't know if you don't pull up. You know what I'm saying? You won't know that until you come out to make an accurate assessment rather than just being at the crib on Sunday on CBS watching the game when you could be live and direct chilling with us. And tickets ain't as crazy as people think they is. You can get in the building for $70.
For
sure.
Yeah.
And tickets, you can get that for like a couple of bands.
And you gonna, even if you're in the nosebleed, you gonna see the big screen. The big screen keep you in the game.
See this screen. This screen gonna keep you locked in.
You're right. They got a train though, Bobby. Come down on the train.
Excuses.
Come down on the train, Bobby.
All I'm hearing is excuses, Bobby.
We gotta get you in there.
Got a train.
You gotta get.
Don't they got like what is it?
They got
like
a bus.
5 North or
whatever.
They got
the 5 North bus
from San Diego to Los Angeles.
Bobby, you have to come to SoFi. I guarantee you, after being in Qualcomm and watching, look, Qualcomm is Qualcomm. We'll never ever replicate the things that happen in Qualcomm. But what we can do is create something in SoFi for the LA Chargers. We can create SoFi. We can create the memories in SoFi, like we did with the Murph when it was called the Murph. Then with the Qualcomm, we created it, bro. Man, Super Bowls played there. when they shoot the smoke in the air and the smoke just stay there and you just watching.
The smoke will be there. It's the second quarter. It's still foggy as hell.
It's still foggy with the smoke, man. You getting inhalation. Pretty sure it's a lawsuit probably going on. But nah.
No, man. You see my boy with that big word?
You can never replicate what happened at Qualcomm. But what we can do is create SoFi. What happened at SoFi? And let's get it popping at SoFi. Come to the pink lot. Thunder Alley is still there. Now we got Electric Avenue where we're at. So now you got two lanes of tailgating fun. Both is ridiculously amount of fun and entertainment before we even get into the game. Because you know one thing, Charger fans know how to party.
Straight up.
And this is rounding up old Charger fans from Orange County, LA, San Diego, Ventura, people from Arizona, chapters fly in, and we're partying. So now this team, we fielded a good team. We've got from under the old regime GM style of giving out bad contracts. We got a coach now. Coach that teaches winning. We got a GM that cares. He's in the ear of the owner saying, hey, spend some money, man. You got to spend some money. You brought me here. I'm going to spend your money. I'm going to spend it right. And they're doing that. They got a state-of-the-art facility up in El Segundo, the boat.
Man, it's all different.
It's
money
different.
moves being made, like real money moves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's real money moves being made. Like none of this pinching pennies thing no more. Like you said, you got a state-of-the-art training facility. Like it's all has changed. You know
they spent that money, bro.
Yeah,
they spent that money. And it's like, and it's worth it as fans. Like the experience that you get inside from the tailgate to SoFi, when you get in there, bro, it's just so intense. The lights shining. They got the big screen. They're interacting with the fans. Man, they got chants going on. It's loud. It's loud. It is loud, bro.
Ricardo on TikTok say, I drive from Phoenix for every home game.
That's what I'm talking about.
The 602 chapter is coming out just about every week.
That's love. And that's what I'm telling you. That's why we got to get back, get out to the tailgate. We can create. We ain't got to recreate the Qualcomm. We creating SoFi. We creating the Chargers vibe at SoFi. We're creating these memories. San Diego is behind us. LA is in front of us. And that same love that you have for San Diego Chargers, bring that to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Bump the traffic. They got the I-5 bus that go I-5 North bus.
Come on Saturday. What about that?
Yeah, come on Saturday. They got the train that come up. Yeah. They got
come on Saturday. It's not short of other things to go do in preparation for the game on Sunday. Come on Saturday.
Yes, indeed, bro. Please come on Saturday. Man, I'm talking about, it's so much to do and before you even get to the game.
Yeah, man. It's going to be up, man.
So much.
SoFi is a great new sports stadium, and you got the Clipper Stadium right across the street, and the Forum is still holding events there too. Yeah. So Inglewood is a whole on the way.
And they building that mall, so even after games, you ain't gonna have to leave right away. You can go to the mall. The mall should be complete by the start of the season.
And they got the movie theater, they got the restaurants, they got a Sinopolis over there. They done gentrified Inglewood almost all the way out. Yeah, Bobby, make it a weekend event, man. It's still Los Angeles, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, again, it's not short of activities that's going on in the city. You could just top it all off, with tailgate at SoFi, and ultimately
on Instagram, Rico say, "What's up with number 57 in the OTAs?"
Facebook?
No, on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
He talking about Tremont on Morris Bush, linebacker. I mean, not much going on. Probably more likely sitting at special teams right now. So I don't know much about him. Central Florida cat. I don't know much about him, but I'll get you some info. That's why we got to get in OTAs, man. I've been looking for videos and updates, bro. Ain't nobody, it's old articles, bro, from first OTA. Ain't nobody updated us, nothing, bro. They need to bring Lightning Strike inside OTA so we can give y'all everyday updates.
With what you want to know.
Yeah. I'm dependent on other people.
And they ain't dependable.
Young man, I said my lady on IG, I don't want to miss business with pleasure. What up, 93? Hey, you ready for week 2? You going to the game? Happy Thursday to you, too. You going to the game on week 2? Monday Night Football.
Gotta be going to the game. You know what I'm saying? We gotta meet this cat in person.
So Rico, I'll get some of that. I'll get some info for you, bro. I'll dig in deep for number 57 for you, man. Come back tomorrow for Freestyle Friday. I'll have you something.
Yeah.
Tay on YouTube said, give QJ punt return duties.
You got to catch the punt.
He got to catch the punt. Matter of fact, while we look, all right, Tay, you led us into this. Can you speak on QJ, Brodie? So Brodie was doing some research.
So we had an interesting conversation, you know what I'm saying? A little workflow conversation. In a segment yesterday, we was discussing, you know, QJ and the way that most everybody feels, right? And just feels like his time is either almost up or he's in a huge hot seat headed into this season, right? So I said, what if we, the fans, are the only ones that see QJ in this negative light like we do? You know what I mean? We drop passes, he ain't it, he ain't ready, this. So we know the whole, you know, the rigmarole. So today I was doing a little research, but the other people who was drafted in his draft class, particularly after him, and just to see where they was. Now, mind you, one Tank Dale was in this draft class. Joe on on TikTok say, I've been a big QJ fan. Yeah.
I think you're the only one, Joe. Appreciate you for putting people onto the podcast, though. But Joe, I think you're the only one. Yeah.
So just looking at the other people, so taken right before him was Smith and Jigba, right? So we took QJ at 21. I think Smith and Jigba was 20. Right after him was Zay Flowers with the 22nd pick. And so if you know either of those wide receivers, you know how that turned out. So then you get into like the next receiver taken, which was like second round, middle of the pack or something like that. And so I went and I compared that receiver to QJ.
What you got, bro?
The side-by-side comparison is very similar. Very, very similar. It's unfortunate. You know, QJ had a 800-yard season. This receiver, I forgot us. It's the Green Bay Packers.
Jaden Reed.
Yeah, bought out. Also 800 yards.
And he was picked in the second round, right?
Picked in the second round. It might have been like the 20th
50th, 50th.
Yeah, it's something like that or whatever. But second round pick, he got the same statistics as QJ. Yes. Tyree on Facebook say QJ slander part 4.
Nah, we probably on part 10.
I'm not on no parts, Tyree.
But it ain't me today. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not slandering.
I mean, I was on this hunt because I wanted to come with protection. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, maybe we going too hard. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Disinterested third party, devil's advocate, if you will. Like, let me just go look up the other people in his draft class drafted after him. Like, we know what the people drafted before him or right near him did. Yeah. I'm like, let me go tap in with some of these other people. It's not good.
It didn't help the case for him.
It's not good, y'all.
It's not helping the case.
Went in like the 5th round.
5th round.
And was balling.
Only thing that stopped only stopped him was a detached ankle.
His left or tore his leg, knee, ankle, foot out of socket. He was going crazy. So yeah, man. I'm sorry. I did my best. What do they call it? Informative journaling.
Yeah.
Tried to go help sway the pendulum in QJ way. Yeah, just wasn't looking good. But with all that said, I am still optimistic for year 3 QJ to really show us what he's made. And also Darius Davis was in the same draft, just for anybody wondering. So the TCU plug.
We went to the well too many times.
The TCU plug might have done run out. Like we might have went to that thing a little too much. Like Jalen Reagor.
Do you think LaDainian has something to do with that?
Who?
LaDainian. You think
LT?
he has? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like whatever that little plug or that little lob or insider trading information or whatever, like cut that thing off.
Hey, you know what?
We done with them horn frogs.
You know what I'm doing though next year? I'm listening to Joe Hart's wherever he goes for college games, because every team he went to, he was sitting down, he was talking about it. Every team he went to, they drafted somebody from each team. He didn't say that, but it was before the draft. He named out, he was like, yeah, we went, I try to get around to see the players. He's like, I went to Auburn. I went to South Carolina game against LSU. And everywhere he named, the games that he went to, they drafted somebody from each team. He went to Kansas, watched Kansas play, all that stuff, man. I was like, that's how we know. He gave the cue. He gave it away. That's the cue. So this year, we got to watch what colleges he go to and see what players they got on the team, and that's who Joe gonna get.
Yeah.
It's just, man.
Nicholas say, I'm originally from San Diego. I live in New Jersey, in an area where I'm surrounded by Philadelphia Eagles fans. But growing up, I became a fan of the Chargers, Lakers, and Padres, of course. But now living in the area where Eagles fans show up and show out, the Philadelphia sports fans always give me weird looks, but I'm always representing.
Bro, they're some of the worst.
Nicholas, real quick, not to cut you off. Are you coming to the Eagles game, the Chargers Eagles game? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. But go ahead. You were saying?
No, the Eagles fans, I must give it to them. They travel and travel well. They come early and leave late. They come like on a Thursday.
That's what I said,
take over. They take over. And all you EAG, Lego. Yeah. That's all you hear. Look at him.
Yeah,
He talking about,
you see him
let me know if he need ticket. No, man. I'm calling Jada.
Reporting. Let's report him.
I'm calling her and tell her, gotta pay some bills around this joint. I'll call Jayla.
Well, exciting. He calling Jayla.
Call Jayla for your tickets. 242901657. Call Jayla. For your season ticket needs.
Yep. She can get you right. Gonna get you all the way right. But yeah, man. Them cats do travel well. They do come early. I got a lot of Eagles partners. They do be here on like Thursday, trying to kick it, hang out, and it be all good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And Sunday, they just annoying.
And you ready to put hands on them on Sunday, like, bro,
they don't shut up.
If you don't get off my furniture like that,
they don't shut up. Go Birds! Go Birds! I just start shooting pigeons.
Man.
Go ahead, pay them bills, my boy.
All right. So this season, whether you're at the game or watching from home, we're done sipping energy out of a can. We're strictly bolting up on energy rocks. These are pop rocks for grown-ups, popping crystals loaded with clean caffeine, B12 and focus, boosting, L-theanine, no mixing, no pills, no crash. Just rip it open, pour it in, and feel the boost in under 3 minutes. It's perfect for game day, road trips, or anytime you hit the wall. Use code CHARGER20 off for 20% off at energyrocks.store/discount/Chargers20 off. Candy with a purpose. That's how Bolt Fam powers up. So go get your energy rocks.
Same rocks that
upcoming season, man.
Stephon Diggs had these are energy rocks Stephon Diggs had.
Man, that thing wild, boy. What's my name?
Daddy.
Diggs a wild boy.
He missing out. Here's my take on him. Okay. So OTAs are voluntary, right? Players don't have to show up.
It is.
But the players that want it the most, and there's some of the players that you excuse, like Myles Garrett, I excuse him because he attended an event with his girl. But Myles Garrett hasn't missed a game. He's like missed 2 games in his whole career. So he shows up. But Skylar Diggins, you coming off an injury, you're on a new team, you're the veteran in the room. You should be there just for the guys. You got a young quarterback and Drake May, second-year quarterback, but you chose to be out on a yacht with pink energy rocks.
You said it like you got a problem with that, bro.
I do. He need to be there with his team. That's why we ain't get you. People were talking about, man, get Stephon Diggs, man. Like, heck no.
Sounded like you got a problem with that,
heck
bro.
No. We want winners.
With the pink energy rocks being
we got this football season lock in. You on a new team. You just coming off injury. You got a young quarterback. You need to get this room together.
So Drake May OTAs. or yacht with women and energy rocks? You saying you choosing Drake May? Set the
OTAs.
rip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure it was.
Listen, them girls on that yacht gonna be there, bro. You a millionaire.
The energy rocks might not be there.
No, the energy rocks gonna be there because you can get them with the Charger coupon that we got. You can get them 20% off. You get them
The
same.
energy rocks might not be there, bro.
You get the same rocks.
Fun. Send the energy rocks back.
I'm telling you, but I'm just saying, man, that's where your priorities are. That just show you that the buy-in, and we don't need that. Like, we didn't need that negative headline in LA. What we're trying to do right now, we don't need that negative energy.
That's how I feel with all them cats. I mean, I won't say all them cats, but the digs. Should we trade for Tyreek? You know, do we go get this person? Like, I feel the same way about all them people.
No, man, I'll get those females he was with. They don't want, they probably pass arounds, man.
Tough, huh?
If they begging, I ain't the caliber I want.
Not saying we can acquire energy rocks, but
with the Charger 20% off coupon, I can get energy rocks.
I'm not to say that we can acquire energy rocks, but hey,
we can get them. These the good energy rocks. These actually give you energy. You're gonna need them if you're gonna. No, ma'am, you might need them for all three. I need the energy rocks for all three. But that's just my take on it, man. Like, we want people that want to be there, man. We want
culture
that ain't. Yeah,
I think it speaks definitely to that. You know, what I'm
we've been blessed, bro. Cause you ever heard what Tay say? What we cooking tonight?
We cooking tonight.
I cook my back of my eyelids. What I got over here? What up, Eric? Eric in the building. Eric on YouTube said, how's it going?
Where y'all sit when y'all go to the games?
I'm in C116.
Section 116. Up on us.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
Ducked off over there, yelling and screaming, bro. High-fiving players as they come out.
Fire the cannons.
Fire them dang on me cannons.
Fire the cannons.
Let's go. Boating up out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can, Eric. You want to call in?
What do you say? 3? That thing still work?
Yeah, it work. What
you mean, man? Still work? While you getting it together, Nicholas say, what NFC team would you consider to be a rival to us? I consider the Rams and Cowboys as preseason rivals. Do y'all agree? I'm with you on the Cowboys. Boy, I hope we go get our lick back down there in Dallas this year.
Eric, if you want to call in and let us know.
Looking forward to most. My boy Nick say he VIP 113 row 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
My boy dedicated to the
call. He in the middle of the field. He at midfield. He calling the plays. He
said that with a LOL, like it's all light, just little
VIP. Hey man, let me come tag along with you. Get a plate, bro. Just slide me a plate over the partition. Yeah. He back there feeding the players in the middle of the game.
Yeah, just get a little snack. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your boy one of them spam Mitsubishis.
The number. What's the number, Brodie? Hold on, I got it right here.
213 Lightning Strike Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms. Weedell, P-Del, C-Del, Mama Del.
Hey, don't sell a cap. Well, I go mess it up again.
Stop tearing that verse up, man. You better than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go read it. I'm gonna have to read the credits. Remember back in the day? Remember back in the day when you could read the credit, you could read the lyrics.
You could pull out the CD booklet.
Yeah,
definitely. Scroll down to track 3.
Man, no man in 104 Premiere. I'm talking about he couldn't afford.
That's what I'm saying, man. Everybody be in the chat acting like they broke. Then you look at where they seating assignments is, and it's like, okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get you dialed in. Give me 1 second, Eric. Doing good. I'm about to plug you in on the big speaker. Hold on.
Yeah, Nick, we going to John's game.
Go ahead, Eric.
Get to the city early.
All right. This is going to be something that I honestly believe that Harbaugh and the Chargers are cooking up, and this is not going to be popular, especially with Herbert, but I honestly believe that they're going to try to weigh. They watched that Super Bowl, and I honestly believe that Lance, they picked up Lance for a reason. I watched Trey Lance in college, and even in his during his duration of the 49ers. I mean, that kid, it was just very unfortunate circumstances, but he is absolutely underdeveloped. But I was like saying, if you give him Harbaugh, Harbaugh is known for this. He's known for polishing up quarterbacks, and I honestly believe that he studied. I'm not saying Lance is going to be hurt, but he needs. I just think that they're taking some stuff from the Philadelphia playbook, believe it or not.
Mm.
And doing some runs and stuff with
well, there could be packages there. We all know. Pardon me.
No, I was saying what up to Peaky Boats on. He just joined us. Go ahead though.
I mean, but yeah, I honestly think that he's going to try to implement. This is going to look very similar to. This is very reminiscent of the 2012/2013 seasons when Alex with the 49ers when they went to when they had Alex Smith 13-3. Everybody thought that it was the guy, and but then they picked up Kaepernick, and because they wanted something a little bit more predictable, because Herbert, gifted thrower. Okay, I'm giving him his flowers. Gifted thrower. However, the way Roman and Harbaugh run things, they want the quarterback to be part of the run scheme as well. So I do believe that there are going to be some they want to implement the pistol. I'm not going to say that that's going to be all the way through copy and paste job of the Ravens, but it's going to look like their version of that, in my opinion. They're kind of like because something tells me is that they studied that Super Bowl, with the Eagles and with what they did, and I'm like saying I think that's what Harbaugh really wants to do, because I mean, like again, we've seen what Herbert can do. Herbert's great. He's great, like I said. However, even with some of the best weapons or like the best protection, and just like I don't know I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm just like rambling right now, but I'm just I don't know. What do you think here? Because I know this is pretty bold, but we haven't seen Lance's potential. He's not a finished product, and I honestly think that they're going to.
It's too late for Lance. Lance been in the league almost 5 years, 6 years. He's been in the league for a while. It's too late. He's who he is. He was the best available. He's one of those guys that he could mimic. They don't have to change much if Herbert gets hurt. They don't have to change much if they bring him in, because he has a good arm, but it's not a tight spiral like Herbert, and he can run. He's an athlete. But you're right. He has.
And that's what I'm.
Yeah, but Herbert can do it all. Like, Herbert's an athlete. That I don't know if Herbert, they don't run him. He can run.
I'm not saying he can't, but I mean, he's not, in my opinion, this is just an opinion of mine. He's not as good of a runner as Lance. Can he run? Yeah.
He don't have to be. He could play the quarterback. He run laps around Lance when it comes to playing the quarterback position in the NFL. But he can run. And if they put in design runs for him, he could do it. If you watch the Denver game, how many runs he broke off? He extended it.
Instead of second half, he went crazy.
Instead of throwing it to QJ and watching it bounce off his chest, he took the ball. The pressure came. It was too much pressure. He took off up the middle, ran for 22 yards, breaking them off, was killing them. So now if you design plays, he could do the same thing, but you don't need him for that, because his arm and his decision-making is so much valuable. Trey doesn't have the decision-making that in the pocket that Herbert has. He might be a better runner.
What was up with those 5 interceptions in the playoff game?
That was okay. So if you watch the one to QJ, that was forced, right? The line was getting beat up. He threw it. We don't have any receivers. So he throws it to QJ, hoping that QJ will make a play on the ball. Anybody else will make the play on the ball and go get it. QJ doesn't. Interception. Throws one to Will, bounces off his chest into the hands of another. That wasn't on Herbert. One, he got happy feet when he threw it to Ladd. that was just happy feet because he had been under so much pressure. So if you watch it, his feet shuffled at the minute because he was anticipating getting hit because he was getting tore up the whole time and he overthrew him. You got to understand, Herbert only had 3 interceptions during the season. His worst game came in the playoffs where we went up against a defense that had a secondary that basically put a blanket over everybody else. Only 2 other catches outside of the 9 that Ladd had. Ladd had like 190-something yards, and the other guys had 15 yards total. Yeah. So we go and ask, we say, hey, what was up with Herbert? Yes, Herbert threw the interceptions, but if you watch the game within the game, don't look at the stats. If you watch the game, you will understand why he threw those. He was throwing it, hoping that the receivers would make something happen because he was under duress. That dude was getting tore out the frame.
Eric, are you making or are you campaigning for Lance to have more playing time, or are you saying starter? Or what are you saying? Just to clarify.
I'm saying there might be he's on a 1-year deal, which means, in my opinion, this is a tryout. I honestly think what I'm saying is that they're going to try to incrementally squeak him into the starting role. That is what it sounds crazy. It sounds freaking crazy.
It sounds like, that's how coaches get fired and GMs get relieved. You got a generational talent it's hard to find quarterbacks in the NFL. It is hard. So you got to look at it like this. Do I give up my star quarterback, that's a star in this league, a top 5 quarterback, for a project, a guy that hasn't panned out yet? Because how much development does Trey need before we go, he just ain't getting it? Because some of it's on him. Some of it's on him.
I'm not denying that. Yeah. He is a very, 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 very raw talent. I am not denying that. However, the upside is astronomical. And is it hard to gamble on an upside? Absolutely.
Yeah, especially when he's 5 years in, it's extremely hard to be patient with that, because we got tape of him playing in games and he threw 5 interceptions in the preseason game. And that was against Yeah, but that was against that was against the bottom rung of the, because my thing is, when you're evaluating talent, when you look at talent, right? Here's the thing. If you're talented and you're playing against lesser people, you're going to dominate them. You're going to stand out in a room of people that aren't on your level. Now, when the talent rise to your level, then you probably be on the same thing, and it's things that make you better. But he couldn't even get past the guys that wasn't if he's so talented, he's supposed to easily dominate these guys in preseason. But he couldn't. He threw 5 interceptions in preseason.
This is, and I do want to say this: the ones who drafted him, the Niners, they initially wanted that, but then at the same time, I know that Kyle Shanahan, he's not good with minority quarterbacks. I mean, like, let's be real here. His dad got Donovan McNabb injured for Rex Grossman. Shanahan, when he was coaching for the Skins, he got RG3 injured for Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm gonna have to hold you on that one, because with the RG3 story, it's actual backstory to that. And if you listen to both sides talk, so the issue with RG3, the issue that happened was Shanahan told him, play 4 years, I'll have you where you want to be as a pocket quarterback. But right now you're not there. So I'm spoon feeding you the game plan that fits your talents right now. Trust me, and I'll get you there. If you don't trust me, you'll be out of the NFL in 4 years instead of playing. His dad wanted him to be a pocket quarterback. He was putting pressure on RG3 to be a pocket quarterback. So in turn, they had conflict because he was like, I don't want to run. I want to be a pocket quarterback. And they're like, you're not there yet. It will come, but take what we're giving you now. And he didn't do that. And that's why he's out the league.
Fair enough. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for the insight. And, but what I am kind of saying here is that, they knew that he was raw. They knew that he was that they had time, but I honestly think that it was kind of political because they were in kind of a crossroads. They drafted him because he can hit the deep ball, and he was a lot more athletic, but he was little to underdeveloped. However, they did not want to deal with a project, so I honestly think that they used that injury to back him up, to back his development.
You're right.
In my opinion, they could have done what I think Harbaugh is going to do, which is develop him, get him into the right positions. But I've followed that whole thing. I followed that whole thing the whole time. Shanahan outright said, I don't know how to coach this kid, and so Trey took it on himself to go see the Chiefs coordinators, the Chiefs coordinators, the Vikings coordinators, because they had better quarterback coaches who could coach him with his mechanics.
Yeah.
The 49ers could not teach him jack when it comes to mechanics. That is what Lance lacks. He doesn't lack the reading ability or anything like that. The improvisational skills, the running skills, all that stuff. The upside is a lot. It's the mechanics. And I do believe that Harbaugh is a master at that. He's great. I even seen him help Herbert even with some mechanical stuff. But Harbaugh is not scared to veer away from a project that he might see as an asset, is what I'm saying. And let's not fool ourselves. Let's say if you're right. Let's say if he's never the starter. Let's at least can we at least agree that backup quarterback room when Herbert was injured for like 5-6 games was complete freaking garbage.
Yeah, we know that. That's why we say before we go, Rico want to ask, he says, is Purdy better than Herbert? Do you think Brock Purdy is better than Herbert?
Do I think Purdy is better than Herbert?
Yeah. That's what okay.
Okay, Eric, you can stay.
Oh my God. It's one of those people. Do I think Brock Purdy is better than Herbert?
No, they just because they're saying, people question like the thing with Trey Lance, and I said it before, Trey Lance has a similar skills as Herbert, right? He has a big arm, and he can move. If Herbert is hurt, then there's no changing of the play calls if Lance comes in, right? But Lance is not on the level of Herbert. He's just not. Lance could go work on mechanics. He got money. He got access to people. He can go work on mechanics in the offseason or with people to do it. If you listen to Jim said he can't sleep at night because he has to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame. He has to get Justin Herbert a Super Bowl, and you ain't doing that with you're not doing that and bringing Trey Lance in to replace him. No.
Here's the thing, though. I have heard that argument before, and that might be true on what he said. We have to let's keep it real here. This is Jim Harbaugh. He knows how to gaslight and smoke screen.
But what's that?
The media.
Name me something that he gaslit. Like, he hasn't lied yet about what he does. I think nobody's been able to call anything that he lied about. He's one of those guys, we spoke about it. He says what he means, and it's what he doesn't say. He's not going to talk bad about a player. It's when he don't talk about a player, you should be concerned. You should be concerned. So when he speaks.
That is true.
Yeah. So when he speaks, he's speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth, and that's not gaslighting about Justin. He is all in on Justin. And I don't think
everybody know that.
Yeah,
everybody can see that.
I don't think that, because if he wasn't all in on Justin, then they would have brought in more competition at that position. Trey Lance ain't coming in there to unseat Herbert. It's just not gonna happen.
And you could just tell by our draft moves and free agency, it was all geared towards getting Justin Herbert the help that he needed.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just Justin Herbert. Come on, that receiving core was a freaking joke.
And that's why he went and got. That's why he went and got
what Justin Herbert needed was receivers.
Yeah. That's why he went out and got 11 receivers for Justin to try out with. He went and got 11 for him to choose from. 11 for him to choose from.
I actually did I actually truly did predict that they would pick up Trey Harris. That pick just made so much sense.
It did, and it will, yeah. Man. But we appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate you calling in.
It's very, very out there, and it doesn't make sense.
I mean, no, it's good. It's good to talk about it, right? It's good to talk about it. We all got different points of views, and we all got different ways we look at it. It is what it is.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if there's like little increments introductory, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying that he's going to.
We said that. We said that.
Hope so,
we said Eric, bring him in on run plays. Go ahead.
I hope. If you new to the show or new to the pod, this has been my primary ask the whole time with Trey Lance. Like I'm hoping he ends up QB2 specifically for this reason. Historically, early in the year,
with that pay, he is. He is QB2 with that amount of pay.
He still got to bring out Winkley.
Historically, early in the season, Herbert always gets hurt to some degree. It might not put him out, but he's always, either banged up very early in the season and he spends the rest of the season trying to get healthy. So for those short yardage situations, I'm hoping a Trey Lance comes in on 3rd and 2 or 4th and 1 when the analytics say we should go for it. And we send him to go pick up this first down and then high fives back to the bench. And Herbert can get back to doing what it is that he do.
Yes, and I'm thinking that's how they introduce Lance, because what you're speaking about is like a quarterback by committee, and he actually did that. That is how Harbaugh actually squeezed Kaepernick inside there. It wasn't just like he replaced overnight.
Smith, it came down to money. It came down to age. Smith was good, but Smith was getting old, and Smith was going to command a lot of money. So it was best to cut ties then, because you would have tied up your franchise for several more years with an old guy, right, on that contract.
Now, let me ask you this. This is curiosity, and I'm not judging or anything. This is a genuine question. Do you think that they did that Lance move in case Herbert just doesn't pan out? Because he's going to be asking for. Hold on. He's going to be asking for big money if he already hasn't gotten the bag yet, and he hasn't won a playoff game just yet. And I'm saying, what if Lance? I'm not saying he will, but what if Lance wins the Chargers' first playoff game in God knows how long?
That ain't removing him. You got to understand we got to look at why didn't Herbert win playoff game with Staley? Bad calling, right? They were up. The analytics say do this. The analytics say do that. Herbert didn't lose that game. He did everything to keep him in the game after he got him up. And then in Houston, he just look at the O-line we had. Got tore up. The interior line got tore up. We had no receivers that could get any kind of separation. We had one receiver that could get separation. He went off. We had no run game. J.K. Dobbins got hurt. We were left with Gus Edwards, who only had 300 yards on the whole season. So we can't put that loss on Justin. It wasn't
100 on him. No, I'm not saying
nobody would have won that for us. No quarterback would have won that for us. I don't care who you put back there. You put Jalen Hurts back there, he would not have beat the Texans with that way that offensive line played and the receivers and running back. So it wouldn't have mattered who we had at quarterback. It wouldn't have mattered.
And I'm not a Herbert hater. Okay, I'm not a Herbert hater. I'm not hating on Herbert. I don't. I think I'm just saying what if? That's it.
Devil's advocate.
Appreciate you though, man. Appreciate you calling in, bro.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. Thank you for calling in, man. Thank you for tapping in with us. Appreciate you.
Give us a like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us on all
absolutely.
Social media platforms, LS.
Yeah. But I think it'll be a mutiny. Did no man want to hear that?
Nah, they can't hear it over there. I've been telling him. Told him he'd be mad.
They can't hear it over there. I've been telling him.
They're gonna have to watch the playback.
Told him he'd be mad.
They're gonna have to watch the playback.
Told him he'd be
no man with a hung the phone up.
He'd have been tight. I already know.
But no,
who is this guy? Let me
no, it was just.
already. But I think it's like I understood what he was saying, but then it would get shaky because again, I absolutely want some sort of package that has Lance,
And there's nothing
Trey
wrong with
Lance
that. Put his
for
body on the
short
line.
yardage.
I'd rather
You know what I'm saying?
bring me back on TikTok.
Yeah, exotic packages or whatever the case may be that gives you a different look. You know, RPO, something like that or whatever. But you telling me that you looking for volume play out of Trey Lance, that I can't get behind. That I can't co-sign.
He's been he is who he is. He's not going to be just come this great player overnight. And he's the way he's at. It's 6 years, 5-6 years in the league, bro. You are who you are, Trey. You are who you are, bro. Like you couldn't even beat out the guy in Dallas.
Man.
When Dak went down, he was out for most of the season. You couldn't even beat that guy out.
Man.
Even on his worst day, they still didn't put you in. So not everybody can be wrong about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully kind of takeaways from this point. Hopefully
that's what I say. That's what I say, Alfredo. Tush push. Bring him in for the tush push. The Chargers tush push.
Tyrese says Herbert had multiple coaches and injuries on both sides of the ball. Harbaugh likes guys that block, small and shifty receivers. Nicholas say we're bringing in Lance to be a backup, and also Lance fits a Jim Harbaugh type of scheme.
I'm telling you, use him like what's the boy in New Orleans? Tyson Hill.
No,
you like Tyson Hill? Tyson.
No, ma'am. That's what the dude on that was one of the points that he made on Facebook. No, ma'am says Trey legit hasn't been given a fair shot.
Look, man.
See,
you've been in the league. At what point does it? You're just you.
Is it the QJ of
it's like
QBs?
It's not you. It's you. It's not us.
They were.
Yeah.
What my boy say? Herm Edwards. Was it Herm Edwards?
It was.
It wasn't Herm Edwards. Herm Edwards.
It was Dennis.
Play to win the game.
It was Dennis Allen or not Dennis?
Yeah, one of them. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate, man. But like I say, 5-6 years you've been in the NFL, man. At some point, it's not us, it's you.
Boy, say accountability.
I think at that point, man, you done had preseason is your chance to prove it, and you throw 5 interceptions in a preseason game. Like you're supposed to be. My thing is, whenever talent is on the field, if you put LeBron James in college, he will kill everybody in college. He will average 40 to 50 points a game in college. You put LeBron James in the game, he still is in the NBA. At this age, he averaged 25 points. You know what I'm saying? So if Trey is so good and he got this potential, then you will see it when he plays, especially when he plays lesser talent. When you're in the preseason, you're not playing full squads. You're playing lesser guys that's trying to make the team, right? So if you're this good, you ain't throwing 5 interceptions. You mollywopping them. But you threw 5 interceptions against guys that play in the UFL right now. And then we're watching you throw the deep ball to Omarion, and that ball was so high. I mean, that ball was sky high. And I was like, bro, that thing, and you need it. Man, I lost it in the lights before it came down. But then you watch Herbert throw it. You watch Herbert throw a deep ball. It's on the line. So it's two different things, man. 2 different things. He is who he is at this point.
And there you have it.
Nah,
but
for
I hope
Eric,
you win that.
And we're not disrespecting you at all, Eric. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I'm just analyzing the game. Just the fact is, if they put Trey Lance in there to start over Justin Herbert, it will be the end of Jim Harbaugh, the end of Joe Hart's, because I, for one probably will walk out and not. I'm like, no, I can't.
Pulling a loop,
man. I can't support nothing like that.
You pulling a loop. If they draft Greg Zabel, I'm not watching no games this season. Shout out, Luke.
Yeah, he on a 1-year deal, man. We'll see.
What's good?
Listen, Eric. We'll see this preseason if he got the talent, like you say. We'll see this preseason because I'm pretty sure he's going to be starting the Hall of Fame game. And if he does well, he does well. He's not going to. You can't erase what Herbert has done. Trey is not on Herbert's level at anything. Even on his best day, he's not on Herbert's level. You still don't give that up. Nobody will give that up. Nobody will give that up.
Tyree say, sound like playbook issues or film issues with Lance, because with being a QB, you should basically know what the defense is running to an extent and where guys on defense supposed to be. But yeah, man, we got shake, bro.
Yeah. So it's like, that's all I'm saying. If he does well, he'll get traded to another team that could use his talents. But the body of work Justin has done, Trey can't even touch it with a torch on his best day. He might could run better than Justin, but he ain't better than Justin. And that's just being, it ain't that many quarterbacks. It ain't 25 other quarterbacks that's better than Justin. It's 4 other quarterbacks that's better than Justin, but the rest of them ain't. We could probably rape a franchise. I'm sorry, I even said that word. We could probably take a franchise to the cleaners if they said, oh, let's trade Justin. We could probably get somebody for 6 first-round draft picks, and they'll still call us stupid. Again, it's not one person. You got to look at the team that he had. Bad coaching against the Jags cost him that game. He did everything he was supposed to do to beat the Jaguars. The coach coached him out of the game. Houston Texans, if you watch, every time he hiked the ball, it was somebody in the backfield. Then when he's throwing the ball, it's bouncing off the receiver's chest. Go look at how many people. One receiver caught 9 catches for 190-something yards. Everybody else, between all the other receivers, it was 2 catches made. 2 catches for 15 yards. All other receivers. So now when you go look at the film, it ain't on Herbert. He was placing the ball there. He overthrew Ladd on the one just a tad bit, got happy feet. He overthrew him. That's on Herbert. He threw across his body to QJ, hoping that QJ will go get it. That's on Herbert. He hit Will Disley in the chest. That ain't on him. The other one goes through, I think it was Ladd's. Who else was? What was
it? Was Ladd. It went right through his hands. I mean, don't. It was a bad ball. It could have been a better ball. Like, I mean, it was 50-50. It hit Ladd in his hands, so you could say that he should have caught it. But at the same time, he had to jump and high point it, and it just went through his hands.
And I'm telling you,
nonetheless,
nobody would have won against the Texans with the receiving core and the running backs that we had. That interior line was patchwork, and it got exposed. That Band-Aid got cut open, and they just went ham. That defensive line went ham. They ain't had to blitz us.
Nope.
They was running 3 down. No,
and
it was 3. It was just 3 down linemen. 3 down linemen, and they got pressure with 3 down linemen. That's unheard of. I don't know no quarterback that's going to win. Patrick Mahomes couldn't win the Super Bowl because you know why? They got pressure up front with the front 4.
And I mean,
and that's Patrick Mahomes, and he won Super Bowls. And
everybody always, again, for the novice, like that's what having defense and being able to get pressure on the QB is about, because they're banking on you are not going to be at your best when you're scrambling. You can't go through all your reads when you on the move. Look at Lamar Jackson every season when they lose in the AFC Championship game. Yep. You know, basically.
And remember, it was for a time the goalpost was he needs to win a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
So then he wins the playoff game, makes it to the AFC Championship. Same thing with are we saying Josh Allen sucks because he can't make it past the AFC Championship game? Is he trash?
Yeah.
Because he didn't make a Super Bowl game? It's not easy. For one, it's not easy making it to the playoffs. And Trey Lance, for the record, is 2-3 as a starter.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, we got slot.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. You got to get us out of here. You get us out of here, bro.
Yes, sir. But we appreciate y'all for stopping by. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms. Search LS Bolts 15 on all social media platforms. We on Twitch, we on X, we on Instagram, we on YouTube, we on Facebook, we on Reddit. We on a whole bunch of stuff, but always faithful. TikTok family, we're definitely on there. Join us tomorrow for our Freestyle Friday edition, where we get to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, man. Whatever that's football, pop culture, whatever y'all trying to get to. No man being a DM merchant, whatever y'all want to get into, man. So definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. 2193. Call us. Leave us a message or call live on the show and we'll punch you in. But until tomorrow, y'all, we will holler at you guys and see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. specific time. We be back. All right, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Oh, boy.